we go. Howdy, folks. It's Jeff and Dad Show. I am Jeff.
Good evening. I am Dan. Welcome to the show, and thanks for tuning in. Huh.
Yeah, we're going to have a news segment here sometime shortly, but let's talk about Halloween first.
Yeah, that was a spooky intro. That
Yeah.
spooky music.
Spooky music.
Notice we didn't do it with our hands.
It's spooky music.
So,
Yeah, anyway. So what are you doing for Halloween, good sir?
I am going to do something. I don't know what, but I'm going to do something. I'm going to do something very 52-year-old manish, even though I'm only 51. So that way, if I get caught, it's easily explained away. Everybody has a good laugh and goes back to bed.
Yeah.
I just don't know what that is.
Are you going to treat it like April Fools, or are you going to actually do something like Halloweenish?
I'm doing Halloweenish. I think I'm going to go with my old. Oh man, I just love doing it too. My old favorite, soap and windows.
Soap and windows. Oh,
Soap
shit.
and windows.
Oh, jeez.
Eggs and corning is fun too, but
Yeah.
that's damaging.
Yeah. Yeah.
Smoke is just going to, smoke. Soap is just going to require a little bit of elbow grease, and that's what you have children for.
Yeah. Get them out there to car wash. Yeah. That's a kind of a cool thing. I think at some point, man, we should really, really kind of do something for Halloween.
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know.
Like go have bobbing for apples and hot dogs, or do you mean like get together and go do some pranks and some
like, I don't know, just something Halloweenish.
some cans of paint smashed through some officials' windows and judges and
Yeah. Fuck the police. I don't know, man. I just I have kind of been having this desire to do a like a Halloween party.
Halloween party.
Yeah.
It's getting late, brother.
Yeah. Well, this year, yeah, it's getting late. I'm not going to be able to do it this year, but at some point in time, I'm thinking either have one or go to one. I have my buddy Maurice. You know Maurice. He has a Halloween party pretty annually. And I hear they get pretty wicked. Enough to the point where, believe it or not, the party itself precedes itself when people get told about it. In other words, the 1 year goes by and you hear about the party and everybody's like, oh, dude, I went to that party. I really went to that party. You know what I mean? Like, they were all in when they went to that party. And shit got crazy. You know what I mean? Like, really crazy. And I was just like...
What's he do about crashers?
I don't know. That's a good question. I have no idea. But I'm pretty sure that no matter who would be there to crash the party would be well invited. You know what I mean? Like,
sure?
he would let them in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he would. I'm pretty sure. Especially if he kind of knows them. Now, if it's somebody that's just off the whim and they're being assholes and stuff like that, I'm sure he'd probably crack down on that. But
did he quit his drug use? Did he dry up?
What drug use?
Yeah,
That guy's probably very, very, very clean. Very clean. He drinks.
that is pretty much the safest cover I've seen anybody master that.
Yeah, what? The drug?
I'm really clean. You know.
I'm snorting 40 grams a week, but you know, it's good. You know. No, seriously, he's a really up and up, straight and narrow kind of guy. He just, he gets his drink on every once in a while. Sometimes I go down to help him get his drink on every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? I've been to some parties down there where I was just like, wow, I don't know how the fuck I got home.
He's getting he's getting the reputation for his parties. His Halloween parties.
Yeah, I don't know what goes on there specifically, but I do know that people are like, dude, those Maurice parties. I'm just like, I kind of want to go, but I kind of don't. You know what I mean? I'm kind of scared because I might get there and like, I don't know, do a bunch of blow and fuck some hookers. No, I mean, no, not that.
Don't fuck the hookers, dude.
Have sex with the hookers.
No, don't even do that. Good God, no, man. Do you want to kill your marriage? Just get a hand job. It's a lot cheaper.
Kind of always wondered, is eating cheating? You know how it is, but no, seriously, I don't think I'm gonna eat you because it's like it tastes like shrimp. What the fuck is that? Yeah, no, I don't think I'd want to do that.
Well, here's your Halloween party.
Okay.
I've never been to a party quite like this before.
Yeah.
And and it's not a Halloween party. It was just these people just put on parties for their friends.
Okay. All right.
In fact, I'll tell you what. It was Penn Villa. Do you remember Penn Villa?
Yeah.
When I was associated with that gang.
Yeah. Okay.
The one guy in there associated, he invited a chunk of the Penn Villa gang to come along, and I was fortunate enough to go with them.
Are we talking John and Gus, or are we talking other people like that work there?
His name was no. They were patrons.
Oh, patrons. Okay.
I think it was Ken and Donna, Ken and Amy, Ken and Barbie,
Ken and Sandra.
Ken and, no,
No.
I don't remember. I don't quite remember. Just nice, good people.
Okay.
They threw good parties, and the fact that it was limited with amount of people. Number one.
Okay.
Halloween's different, but this was. I just want to use them as an example. So they had 20 people in a large room. Everybody could breathe and eat and drink and still participate, but everybody participated, and they had games.
Gangs. Oh shit! MS-13. Yeah.
What you talk about? and they would play games.
Okay.
And it would be different kinds of games. All, one week it would be one couple minutes would be charades, and next minute would be other things. So follow suit with that.
Okay.
If you're going to get a large party, have 4 games.
Okay.
Make them all Halloween themed, even if you have to go board crazy. Maybe even get new board games. Have them all Halloween themed.
Okay.
Or maybe even make that Game of Life Halloween or Monopoly Halloween.
I gotcha.
And have
give
the
it a
4
thing.
different games going on.
At the same time? Or
yeah.
Just, okay.
Same time.
Gotcha.
Same time.
That's kind of interesting.
And just keep playing games. Just keep playing the games.
One of mine would be a game of cards. Let's do poker.
That would probably be the one everybody would be at.
Yeah.
Another idea I always thought was fun, but I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want the legal responsibility for it, man.
Yeah.
Not in today's society. But it used to be to get to the main party, you had to go through several different, like say, 6 different rooms or parties.
Okay.
They were rooms, you had to drink, that spooky concoction. And you had to drink that spooky concoction. Then you went on to Ghoul Room number 2.
Oh, I got you.
And then...
And you had to drink that concoction too?
Right. And it's not like you're at a race, though. You know, it's not like...
Yeah.
And tick, 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 tick. You know, you're just drinking along. So anyways, you're talking with Jim and his wife, Missy. And so you got a little party going on there, and there's other people. Well, then, hey, cheerios, folks. See you later. You're off to the next party.
Huh.
But the problem is, these wicked concoctions are ass kickers.
Yeah.
You know,
Harvey
what I mean?
Wallbangers.
Yeah, they're not
Green, smoky Harvey Wallbangers.
right. They're not wine coolers.
Right, exactly. These are things that kick your ass.
So you get to the main party and you're toast.
You get to the main party, the 7th door, you open the 7th gate to hell, and you throw up all over the house. He scares the shit out of you. And vomit. Yeah. That sounds like fun.
Fun.
Not a lot to clean up, but I'd like, I know what you mean. That's actually kind of cool. I kind of like that idea.
It'd be expensive, although if you could sell tickets, and again, the legal ramifications, maybe you could do 3 rooms.
Yeah.
Or maybe
do like
just-
a haunted house kind of thing and make it so that like everybody's trying to get around through different rooms and then get downstairs to the bar or whatever. You know what I mean? It's one of those deals where, I see what you're saying.
Hey, here's another thing. Here's another great Halloween party that we're going to do one day before we're dead. Halloween is getting huge, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
It's always been kind of big with some people.
Yeah.
I've always enjoyed that. That's not very Christian of me to say. And,
Well, it's the day you're supposed to celebrate before the All Saints Day.
oh, whatever. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. I just walk around with pumpkins and ghouls and ghosts and skeletons and all sorts of symbols of death. And
I am the horseless headsman. Have you seen my horse? Where the hell is it?
what kind of head do you give?
Not that kind. Get away from me, good sir.
Oh yeah, we were talking about next Halloween, great Halloween party.
Yes.
The next one, I forget what it was. Remind me a little bit.
Yeah, I don't remember.
What if you could just see your face right now? What the fuck did he just get me into? I gotta think of something really.
I gotta come up with something.
Yeah.
I think I would eventually like to have it not only be friends invited to the party, but people that maybe watch the show. I'd really like to get us to the point where we're sort of the rock and roll guys. You know what I mean? Kind of like the rock and roll gods. You know what I mean? Like people are like, "Oh my God, it's Mick Jagger and fucking David Bowie sucking each other off."
Okay, I'm all in. No,
Over here, you got a fucking lightning bolt on your face and shit. I'm over here mouthing like a bass. No, I just think, you know, if we could get to the point where we're rock and roll gods and people are like, these dudes are gods, and they want to come to our party. Could you imagine having to turn people away invitationally?
well, you know what?
speaking?
Well, first of all, I've never been to a big Hollywood party.
Okay.
What's the biggest kind of party you could think of?
Probably like a after party for like some type of awards event show or
A
something.
Hollywood elite party.
Yeah.
Probably would be the grandest parties of all.
I would think, yeah. I mean, if you're talking in the status of celebrity, I would definitely think that would be it.
I guess you know what I'm going for is bottom line dollars spent.
Dollars spent? Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
Because you're not
celebrity
going to
parties.
they're not going to have a $40,000 party with a couple people in the hood.
Yeah. They're not going to be hanging. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Just not this party. No, but seriously, there's guys that all the time have parties like that. Big parties.
Well, I understand Nicolas Cage was quite the partier, but I guess I would go bottom line dollar spent. But that being said, that I've never been to one of those big grand parties. The best parties have always been like small-ish.
Yeah.
Small-ish.
Quainter get-togethers.
20.
Yeah.
One Halloween thing I've always wanted to do. I need a couple people in with me,
Yeah.
and I need to spend some money.
Yeah.
I need to find an old vacant property for sale or lease or whatever.
Right.
That, hey, can I just rent this for a month?
Yeah.
Okay, you name
Yeah.
the price, sir.
Yeah.
People are in on me. We'll help with all the effects afterwards, but take you and our wives and their wives and
All right. It's that kind of party.
and take their kids, maybe whatever.
Yeah.
Just a small amount of people
Yeah.
and do a seance. Meet somebody that nobody knows and is a really good actor that could perform a seance. And I know you could find a good actor that
Oh,
could
I'm
do it.
sure.
That nobody would
Yeah.
know it.
Yeah.
And this person somehow, this old property that we're going to, and it's almost fucking dark out at night. It is dark out at night. What am I talking about? We're driving into this property. We're going to do a seance. Somebody's going to be cynic, and I'm going to act cynic
Yeah.
because then I can change. And then when I change,
Other people will change.
other people, Dan bought it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. So, anyways, we're there doing a seance. Knock 3 times. Wouldn't that be cool? And get these people so fucking scared out of their minds.
It would. It would. That would be really cool. I think.
Cruel or cool? Which one did you say?
Cool.
Or
cool.
both?
Yeah, it would be really cool.
You'd have to have half the people in on it to be responsible for the buddy system.
Yeah.
Like I would be responsible for my wife.
Right.
Only to a degree.
What was that noise? Christy farted. Good to go. We know what that sound was.
Speaking of which, let me ask you a question. How do you think your wife would respond?
To this idea?
No, well, yeah, as a victim, quote unquote victim, and I know she listens to our podcast, so she ain't ever going to be tricked, and that's fine. She could be the knocker.
Yeah.
Oh,
the knocker.
How do you think when this is going on? All right, this is going on. First of all, is she a cynic or is she? She's cynical.
Not cynical, but she's
cynic to a degree.
Skeptic, yeah.
Skeptic.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of skepticism in her.
Skepticism, yeah. She's skeptic. Yeah. She would not buy into it easily.
She would not buy.
Yeah.
So as soon as she would see somebody else buy into it,
she might become a little bit more and more.
or maybe even see her husband.
That's the thing.
Changing gears.
Right. See, that's what I'm saying. I think she thinks that I would get scared. She would start to be more scared. But she does have this thing where she does get scared easily.
She does get scared easy?
Yes.
I think that's a woman thing.
I think so. I think you go in all hard ass and stuff, and then all of a sudden just like... you know what I mean? Like they start freaking out just a little bit more and more, and then like something else happens and it freaks them out.
I'm curious to know how my wife would respond.
The thing is, the key to making it the best that we could possibly do, anybody watching or whatever, the thing that you can do, the one person watching, the thing that you can do to make a Halloween scare scariest is to do something that you gotta say, how the fuck would that happen? You know what I mean? Like...
Knox.
Yeah, that. But imagine even more, like
Lights.
seeing a specter go across the room. You know what I
Well,
mean? And you're just like...
Attack all the senses, dude. Attack all the senses.
Yeah.
Sight.
Yeah.
Sound.
Yeah.
Feeling.
Yeah.
What else?
Smell. Taste.
Smell.
You
Taste.
can't do smell and taste too much. I mean, you can do smell, but that's
You
only going to be
couldn't do
absorbed
taste
at
at all.
once. Right.
Touch this eyeball. Lick the eyeball.
It'll get you high.
Okay.
Jeff and Dad like, fucking hey, man, let's do it. No shit.
I better take 3 licks. Oh, shit, man. What happened?
Nah, I screwed up and hit something on the keyboard. Anyway, we're good.
You sure?
Yeah, positive.
Anyways, back to the party at Monster Party.
Yeah. So that's
They
the
did the
idea.
mash.
If you can create
Monster
something
Mash.
like a woman standing at the end of a hallway that just looks like she's like a ghost,
Dude,
and then all of a sudden she just walks away and disappears into the vapor. That shit would scare the fuck out of anybody. I'm pretty sure
that would be too much, though. I think that would be too much.
But
I think
that's
all you would need is just enough to give it to them, let their horses run wild themselves, and that
But even the
a speck of light.
But that's what I'm saying. Even the skeptics, the biggest skeptics, are gonna go, how would that even be possible? You know what I mean? Like if you saw that specter at the end of the hall, it doesn't even have to be a specter. It could just be a movement of something, but just an unnatural movement. And you're just like, even the biggest skeptics are gonna be like, how the fuck did that happen? You know what I mean? It's like that's not natural. That's not something. You know what I mean? That's the other thing too. And I gotta say it. It's just like April Fool's Day. That's the problem with Halloween, is the fact that it's like April Fool's Day. Everybody knows it's fucking Halloween time. You're gonna be out to get people. You know what I mean? You didn't come to this place to be like fucking, hey, let's have a seance here because, you know, it's fucking March. Let's just do it. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's October, it's Halloween time, it's getting kind of cold outside, and we know everybody's into scares. You know what I mean? But you have that shit in March or April or May.
Dude, how many April Fool's days have you been through?
Oh, 49.
Have you ever been tricked once?
I have been, yeah.
How many times you been tricked?
Oh, a lot when I was a kid. Yeah.
And you knew it was coming.
But I didn't
It
necessarily
was
remember
April
it
Fool's
was
coming up.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
People were buying April Fool's costumes, singing April Fool's carols.
You you knew as a kid, you didn't remember that April 1st was April Fool's Day. Nobody really ever reminded you. But nowadays, everybody reminds you. You go on Facebook, it tells you.
I know, and I think that's just going to feed into the personality. A cynic is just, okay, all right, here we come. I can see a mile away because it's Halloween. Everybody's Halloweening.
Right.
Where in the other person, which is more the other way, be like, that would just be like feeding them right in, man. Oh, crap.
If there were a way to do it so that we could take a property and then change it, augment it in a way that could kind of that was fucking scary almost. Cut. We're done with this segment. No, it's if we could create the property that would like do something, like if we could make it so that the ground would shake violently.
I say that's what I mean. Attack the senses. Sight would be real easy.
Feeling
Actually,
would be hard. Yeah.
Feeling. Blow cold air.
That's one. Yeah. But you got to be able to do it in a way that you can't really hear it. You know what I mean? Like, you can't tell that somebody's running a fan in the other room, because then it's kind of like, well, you know. So you kind of almost have to have something happen that, you know, almost is noiseless, because your hearing is the one thing that's very difficult to get past, especially in my world, because I do nothing but listen to things all the time. So it's kind of like
you think your sight, when it comes to your senses, your hearing is the hardest to trick.
Yes. Yeah.
I think it's one of the easiest for me. You ever hear some of my lyrics?
Yes, I have, David Bowie. I have. But no, I think that would be a difficult one to get past me. Would be like, because I'd always be taking my senses for whatever is around me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm paying attention to everything that's there. A great example is, you're in a room and the door's open and you're in the room and you're sort of relaxing, you're not looking. I can tell when somebody's standing in the doorway. And it's not sixth sense. It's not at all. It's my perception of hearing. Like, I can tell that the noises that were originally coming through the door have been muffled. And when I hear that, I know somebody's standing there. You know what I mean? It's that, difficult to sort of get that jump on me. But it's not impossible. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. I don't know.
Well, that's why we see in it. Again, we have to go with buddy system, and the most we could have is 8. The very most we could go is 8.
8, yeah. That seems like a fair amount, right?
So 4 of them would be in on the gag.
And the other 4 would not.
The other 4 would not. And then hopefully the other 4 would be slightest bit gullible.
Right. Yeah. That's going to be hard to find, though. You know what I mean? Unless you're looking at youth, if it's kids. But you don't really want to scare the shit out of kids. You just want to scare the shit out of adults. You know what I mean? That would be the fun part. Scaring the shit out of kids is only good when it comes to, like, trick-or-treating. You know what I mean? Somebody comes to the door and scares them. That's...
Or here's one more. Just go hire at the property and stuff like that, and tell everybody you're going to a seance. Okay, we're going to a seance. We're all kidding, huh? Like, do you remember the time we went to Low Dutch Cemetery in the nighttime?
Yes.
I was like, oh shit, yeah, man, this is cool as shit, man. And I felt cool as shit. I felt cool, calm, and collective. I really did.
Yeah.
For something all of a sudden spooked us. You remember?
Yes, and we ran the fuck out of there, man. We got the hell in the cars to get the fuck out of there. I do remember that shit. Dude, that was scary as fuck. And something happened when we got back there.
Well, we got there, right? And we weren't there for very long. In fact, I don't think we were there more than a minute, less than a minute. I think we walked back to the back of the cemetery.
Right, yeah.
And then I had a soda bottle. I had a soda pop bottle.
Yeah.
And something spooked us, and I think it was a car coming. I'm not sure. But anyways, we scattered. All of us instinctively scattered.
Yeah.
And I threw my Pepsi bottle. Not expecting it. It shattered.
Yeah.
And I heard it.
Yeah.
And that scared me all the more. I took off another 5 miles per hour faster. So, you know what? We went from cool, calm, collective. I'm not even worried about being scared. That's the last thing going through my mind. We're just going to have a good time with our chicks.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We're not going to mention anybody's name.
No, we're not mentioning any names. But yeah, I think
And we scared the shit out of ourselves.
Yeah, we
ourselves.
did. Yes, yeah, we did. We
But-
really did.
But there's that time, dude, and I know I know that what couldn't have been ourselves was the time that you and I were up in York Street listening to that AC/DC song.
Yeah, and we heard.
Yes.
And we're like,
Yeah. What? Did you hear that?
what the fuck was that?
What the fuck
And
was
we
that?
had to play it back, and we're like, what the shit? It was like that open dead air sound. It was
And then we tried it back again, and it wasn't there.
right. Yeah.
And then that was pretty freaky. And then didn't we forget about it? And a couple minutes later, happened again.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And then that time we ended up playing it back and it did it again. And that's the point where we were kind of like, what the hell's going on? You know, I heard recently that Food Network, I believe it was Food Network. Food
For
Network
those
Travel
about to cook.
Channel. We will fillet you. No. The Food Network says that the most haunted restaurant in, I think, the world right now is actually in Scranton, Pennsylvania.
Which one would that be?
It's called AV Lounge. They say it is irrevocably the most scariest place to eat. And it's not even that scary, except for the couple of spaces that you can get into. One of them is going down into the basement. Apparently they have some type of hookups, I guess, downstairs or something, but everybody gets spooked by going down there. And something inside me just keeps going, I don't think I would be. You know what I mean? I want to go and be like, can I go into your basement? Just to see, you know, what the hell? And yeah, I keep telling myself I am to that point in my life now where I'm so much older that I feel like just nothing is going to faze me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to go downstairs and yeah, I might feel something feels like it's touching my shoulder, but then, you know, be like, it's bullshit. And then I turn around and she's like, and I'm just like, freaking out and running upstairs. I don't know if that's really going to happen, but I think we should take a trip up there at some point.
What? Are you out of your fucking mind?
3 hours away.
Sure.
Let's go up there and chill out, man. We'll do a thing. We'll do a remote.
What did we do after that? See, that's the other part of the Halloween party. After the seance, after everybody's tricked out enough to, one of them go, oh, that's it, I'm gone. One of them would say that. One of the gullible ones would come to a point first. That's it, I'm gone. And they would leave on their own. And that's when we would all leave.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Except my sponsor wants to stay there.
Come on, let's get into it. All right.
And then we go to a bar and then drink and, you know.
Yeah. Or somebody's house that's already got it set up for that.
Yeah. 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 But anyways.
Yeah. Dude, that'd be kind of cool. I think that'd be kind of cool.
But
I think it'd be really cool to do that with like fans. Think about it. Like you get that party of 20 people and you know, a couple of those are your true and you know, grand fans. The people that really love our show or love who we are, besides our significant others and you know, children and stuff.
What a coincidence you happen to say that, dude, because that is a great segue into our next segment coming up next year.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to talk about group parties and group things to do.
Group parties?
Yeah, Jeff and
Group things to do?
That sounded kind of kinky and sexual. Trust me, ain't going to be none of that.
Yeah, we don't do that kind of shit. So.
But thanks for tuning in, and I appreciate you coming into my living room and listening to me listening to me talk. Just diarrhea of the mouth. Run.
I'm a super duper pooper. Woohoo!
Well, that's it, folks. Time's up.
Yes. He's gonna kill that now. Or I'm gonna kill that now.
Yeah. Donkey donk. Donkey donk.
Badonka-donk. Badonky-donk. All right, very good. So we had a little fun with our Halloween ideas, celebrations. I think our next segment will probably be about news, unless you really kind of wanted to get into that whole other idea you had there, unless you've already forgotten about it.
Yeah,
You're so
whichever.
stoned. What?
Whichever you want to do.
Very cool, man. Well, I am Jeff.
I am Dan.
And this is the Jeff and Dan Show live edition. We'll talk to you guys soon.
See ya. Thank you.